She clocked in for a shift at McDonald's like it was any other day, smiling at customers, flipping burgers. No one had any idea what she was about to do. By the end of her shift, her manager would be bleeding out on the restaurant floor, and she'd be standing over the body, knife still in hand. Was it a crime of passion, a mental breakdown, or something far darker? This wasn't just workplace drama. This was premeditated, violent, and captured on camera. This is the story of a deadly fast food feud that ended in murder, and the disturbing truth that came out in court.
Killed on the job. A mother of 6, a McDonald's manager, stabbed to death during her shift. This is a story that has shaken our entire community. This tragedy started when Harris reportedly sent an employee home early, and that worker allegedly came back and attacked her.
Just the terrifying moments that changed everything.
39-year-old Jennifer Jama Harris went to work at this Eastpointe McDonald's every single day to support her family, and they say she did not deserve. And the manager here in Eastpointe, they all gathered at the very spot she lost her life Thursday morning. Police say it was a senseless act caused by a simple argument.
There was a dispute between two co-workers, and one co-worker was sent home as a result of.
I got sent home early yesterday. I got sent home early today by the same person. I'm telling you, she's a bully. This isn't funny. She needs to understand that just because she's a mother and got children doesn't mean that she can come in the store, you know, disrespecting people, talking to them like everybody's beneath her. She has no respect. And it isn't funny at all. Like, seriously, man, I got I got to take care of. And she keeps sending me home early. It's not funny. She's playing games. And then all day, throughout the day, she keeps sending her little racial shit. And then throughout the day, she keeps on, like, putting negative energy in the air, talking about people, gossiping about people. It's not funny, man. Gonna have to stop. She's a bully. I'm telling you. She's a bully. She brings a lot of negative energy in there. She always panic when there's a lot going on. And then she try to manipulate that and make it seem like we ain't doing something right. But we are working really hard and doing great. It's just the fact that she panicked, and I caught her a few times making a mistake, and she tried to hurry up and play it off. You know, nobody's perfect. It's God, it happens. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes, like, somebody might get confused. So it gets busy, yeah. But she needs to stop playing like she don't be making mistakes. I be catching her. So all that animosity and that she keep putting in the air and stuff, then trying to tell me, I'm always snapping on people. No, that's false. No, I don't snap on people. I don't go in there doing that. I tell her, no, I make peace. That's what I'm doing. I've been creating peace. So all that negative energy that she's bringing in there and trying to manipulate it, no, that's going to stop. All that negative she's saying about, you know, her personal life, all of that. No, she's bringing all of that in there and then playing games saying she want to take her belt off and beat somebody. Y'all act like my kids in here. No, we ain't your kids. Respect us. Stop talking to us like that. That is crazy. I'm telling you. But to get sent home 2 days in a row, man, and I came in on my off day to make up my time, and she still sends me home early, it's not funny. Somebody will have to do something about that. It's not funny. It's not fair. It isn't funny at all. So, you know, she could keep being a bully if she wants to, but that is going to catch up to her. Because it ain't funny at all. It ain't. Then one day she coming in there talking about some, yeah, I broke my door in half and I had to pull my gun out on my kids since this and that. Well, you know, telling us that, like, the you telling us you pulled a gun out on your kids for? You sound like a psychopath. That's what I wanted to tell her. She was talking about some she blacked out. I'm like, yeah, you must have had blacked out if you pulled the gun out on your kids. Like, you know, like, I'm like, what the you telling me this for? Like she think she's like trying to make it seem like that she big dog or some Give a about you telling me about you pulling the gun on a kid. I don't like that doesn't scare me. You know what I mean? That doesn't scare me. If she thought she was trying to intimidate me, that didn't intimidate me at all. I don't give a about her telling me about what the she did. You know, and maybe that's why they always fighting her, to defend themselves. They probably felt like their life was threatened.
The dispute.
That coworker, a 26-year-old Eastpointe resident, then allegedly returned hours later with a kitchen knife and stabbed Jennifer multiple times. A customer and licensed CPL holder, noticing the violence, fired a single shot into the air to put an end to what he was seeing.
Nobody was hit by the gunshot, but it did stop the assault. The suspect dropped the knife and started running away from the location.
That Good Samaritan then detained the suspect before she could get far until police arrived and took her into custody. Jennifer was rushed to a local hospital but died due to her injuries. Neighbors say they sometimes hear arguments at this McDonald's, but never anything like this.
Goodness, I don't even know what to think, to be honest with you. But yeah, it's just sad all around. You know, you don't want to see this.
The loving mother leaves behind her 6 children who say they used to visit both their mom and the suspect at work and are confused to why the violence had to escalate this far.
We would come up here. We met her co-workers. We met the lady and everything. I don't understand why she had to kill her.
We reached out to the owner of this McDonald's who told us in part, quote, "Violence of any kind is unacceptable in my restaurants and we are taking this matter extremely seriously." Meanwhile, the family says Jennifer will be remembered as selfless and kind, her memory never forgotten.
My mama, she woke up every day and went to work for us. My mama died trying to...
At 7:55, all Eastpointe officers were dispatched to investigate a stabbing complaint. When they arrived, the investigation revealed that there was a dispute between 2 co-workers, and one co-worker was sent home as a result of the dispute. Well, she decided to arm herself with a knife. She returned and proceeded to attack the person that she had dispute with. She stabbed him multiple times, and unfortunately the person who was stabbed passed away from her injuries at a local hospital.
Where in the body was she stabbed?
At this point, I cannot tell you exactly because we have to wait for results of autopsy. The medical examiner will do their investigation and will let us know how many times this person was stabbed and where.
In this person that got sent home, so the person that actually sent home the victim, is that like a manager that they were able to send this employee home?
They were co-workers, and luckily, well, unfortunately the person passed away, but luckily there was a customer who observed the stabbing. He is a legal CPL holder. He discharged his firearms in order to stop the assault. Nobody was hit by the gunshot, but it did stop the assault. The suspect dropped the knife and started running away from the location. This man pursued the suspect and detained her and held her for us until our officers arrived and took her into custody.
Wow, okay, so a good Samaritan.
That's correct.
Helping out there. What ages are the victim and the suspect?
The victim is in her 30s, and the suspect is 26 years old, female, a resident of Eastpointe.
What goes through your head when you hear getting sent home early? It's something so small that turns into violence like this.
That's unexplainable to me. I mean, the verbal disputes happen every day, and they should stay there. Verbal dispute happens, and maybe people can mediate or talk to management later and try to settle the dispute like adults. No verbal dispute should ever result in violence, especially in a homicide.
And I'm sure this happened inside, so there were probably customers that had to witness this violence early in the morning.
Well, that's where the Good Samaritan came. He was just a customer trying to get his breakfast and a coffee or whatever he was buying, and luckily he was there and detained her for us because her intent was clearly to flee, and who else knows what she would have done. We would be looking for her, obviously, but we were able to take her in custody right away because of this man who showed heroism and was able to apprehend her for us.
The Good Samaritan, also a resident of Eastpointe?
I do not know. I don't remember.
The suspect is in custody now?
That's correct. She's in custody.
Do we know anything about her previous history? Does she have a history of violence?
We're still investigating that, so I cannot give you an answer.
Okay. Anything else you want the community to know about this, or anything I didn't ask about?
At this point, there's no danger to the community because the suspect is in custody. So there's no further issues. Macomb County Prosecutor's Office will review the case most likely tomorrow, and they're going to determine what the suspect will be charged with.
And that McDonald's, I'm sure, is closed right now for...
I do not know. I know there were detectives there working the scene. I know they cleared already. So whether McDonald's is going to reopen or not, it's up to their management. We have no say in it.
Was it the weapon a knife, a sheet? Do we know?
It was a kitchen knife.
A kitchen knife. Do we know how long it took for this individual to come back with that?
Probably a few hours.
A few hours. Okay, so they were sent home earlier in the morning. 7:55 is when the attack took place.
That's correct.
I see. Anything else, Brian? Anything else?
Reporter Ruta Olsonida was inside the courtroom today when the suspect was formally charged with first-degree premeditated murder, and we learned of her violent past.
New details coming out in court on Friday about the gruesome and what prosecutors say was a calculated way to take the life of a mother of 6 and hardworking employee here at McDonald's. The suspect pleading not guilty to a multitude of charges, including first-degree murder.
She stabbed the victim multiple times, up to possibly as many as 15 times, eventually causing her death.
Prosecution laying out the gruesome details of how 39-year-old Jennifer Jama Harris lost her life at her place of work at the Eastpointe McDonald's near 9 Mile and Schroeder Thursday morning. The suspect accused of her murder, 26-year-old Eastpointe resident Afeni Muhammad, appearing in court virtually pleading not guilty. Her attorney arguing that Muhammad has had a difficult past.
She was in an extremely abusive relationship that was not only mental but physical.
Detectives say Thursday morning Muhammad was sent home from work early. Before leaving, she told her manager and the victim that she'll be back.
When Muhammad returned to stab Harris, she entered the back entrance with a hooded mask over her face in an attempt to conceal her identity and attempted to flee the scene after the stabbing, but was stopped by an armed customer.
Eastpointe police tell me in their investigation they also considered the suspect's social media posts where she is seen waving having a record in Virginia for a similar crime involving another knife. The judge set her bond at $25 million cash or surety. Convicted, Muhammad could be spending the rest of her life behind bars. She's due back in court July 23rd for a probable cause conference. Meanwhile, I reached out to McDonald's representatives who tell me that this location where the crime occurred will reopen to the public on Saturday.
As the legal process moves forward, one thing is clear. This isn't just another crime. It's a stark reminder of how ordinary situations can spiral into irreversible tragedy. If you feel this story needs more attention, like, subscribe, and share. Let's honor Jennifer's memory by demanding safer workplaces and empathy in our communities.